Okay. How does the volume sound? Okay, the volume doesn't sound too bad. Well, think, welcome back, guys. This is our world. As you'll notice immediately that the textures look very different. I'm actually going to decrease my volume a little bit so that I'm not quite so loud. Okay, so that should help. So in my book and quill here, as you see, I've made it so that between the parts I have my sections. So I've continued my tower roof a bit. As you can see up there, I have that section finished now. I also made the world into a realm, so now everybody can come and go as they please. I don't need to be here for them to actually hop on. And there's a bit of progress that has been done while I'm not here, but most of the people haven't been on very much. But there is a big portion of stuff that we have done that I'm sorry that I didn't get to. I didn't record it because, well, I thought it was going to be way too boring for any of you guys to actually be super interested in it. As right down here used to be a cave. If anybody remembers that, if I showed that off at any point, but I made it 6 blocks thick of grass and lit up that area beneath it. So even if someone does build something here, you can still sleep and mobs shouldn't get in the way. I built this thing right here, which is an enchantment building. We'll get to that in a minute. I built this, as you've been able to see, which is a pond. I'm not done yet. I have to fill it in with a bunch of stuff. Oh, the phantom. Haven't slept in a while, I guess. Yeah. I put on a texture pack, like, uh, like it says in the book here, I applied the texture pack. It's a Mythic texture pack. It's called Mythic. You get it when you're on Xbox One, and you get the Realm Plus. It comes with it. So this is what this is what we've been using. I have it on for now. We had it off for a while because some people are having issues identifying certain objects because of how different they look, as you can see in here. Like this is a shovel, and it kind of looks like a spear, and everything just looks really different. But I had it on, but I put it back on so then everybody can see kind of what we're working with, and so I can get you guys' opinion on whether you guys like it or not. Because if you guys like it, and once everybody gets organized, this is probably what we're going to stay with for a while. But yeah, there hasn't been much progress because Fox and the person over there hasn't really been on very much. So, like I said, this area is still pretty much the exact same. What was it? Yeah, I made that map stand that you guys saw briefly for a minute, which is right here. I made this stand so then I can actually see all the different progress that I make. Oh, sorry for that, for the seconds of me not doing anything. I was watching the video end up getting delayed. It delayed by a few seconds. Oh, I spun that by accident. Oh, spun it again. Making sure that all of this stuff is updated around my house. Yeah, you can see my tower here. That's L800's house. That is Open's old house, if you guys remember that. Right there is the quarry, and right there is Fox's house, and that is L800's girlfriend's slash fiance's house right there. That is the enchanting building now. And right here is a bit different because I actually went up and did a bunch of training over there, which I will show you guys momentarily. But yeah, I'll take you through a tour of the building again so you guys can see what everything looks like. The torches are a bit different. The lights and the lantern and everything like that all look really nice in my personal opinion. Like the lanterns look good. I personally really like how the texture pack looks and how it makes the world look and everything. If you come up here, you see it's pretty much all done. I just need to continue on with this floor, and then I have another floor or two to continue up past this. And then once I get that done, then it will be all good. Oh, and now that I've built my pond, oh, it's a bit too far, I think. Yep, it's a tad too far. If I build it a bit if I build a bit more water, build it a bit closer, then I can do that. But for now, I can't. Good thing to remember for next time. You know, it was worth a try. I'm pretty sure this is all the stuff I really had. Okay. Yeah, I laid down some leaves here. I don't really like them, but I also don't really hate them, so I might keep them, might get rid of them. Don't know why you're here. Yeah, like I said, the lantern and chains look really good here. I'm probably gonna replace those with chains, and I'm gonna get this place covered with cherry blossoms, like I said before. But yeah, this is the new section. You notice I added trailing here, and I built up this area, so now mobs can't actually get up here. So this is a straight up divider from this side and this side. They can't get from over here where it's not very lit to over here where it is lit. And everything around here is lit. They can't get up around here. It's basically that way all the way around. It's 2 or more blocks tall, so then they can't actually climb. And everything is mostly lit up to the point where you can't actually, they can't spawn here. In this place I flattened out, but I'm going to, as you see here, I've built this out a little bit to connect to that. I'm going to build this out over here to probably the width of that thing here, and just continue it back. I didn't destroy the one with the lights on it because I wanted to keep the lights without having to destroy them. I'm also going to flatten that out and stuff. I'm just going to make this entire area more flat. And then eventually I'm going to build something up here. I'm not quite sure yet. I've been thinking about building a smaller version of my tower. The big tower right there. Like building a square, smaller version of it. Like how the towers are normally supposed to be made. And then it'll be like a tower here, a tower there, and then maybe build a tower over there on that cliff, and there on that cliff, and then it'll be like towers surrounding the cliffside here. And I think that'll look really nice. If anybody wants to, as I've said in previous videos, I stream this on Twitch because I'm very new to YouTube and Twitch, and I don't know how to record a proper YouTube video for YouTube, and I don't have any video recording equipment. So all I really do is I use the stream function from my Xbox. And so I put it straight up to Twitch. Anybody can watch it there live or afterwards because I save it. And then after that, I export it over to YouTube. So if you guys are watching this on Twitch, go over to my bio, and you can see my YouTube link, and then you can watch it on YouTube. And put in some comments. Tell me if you guys have any recommendations. Tell me if you guys like the texture pack. Tell me if you have any recommendations for like stuff to build up there, or like something to build back here. I've been thinking about putting like a bunch of cows and stuff back here, so that we can get more books, and then building like a little potions hut thing in here. But I also want to just build a potions building somewhere over there. I want to fill in this cliffside here and just cover it with a bunch more buildings and stuff. Yeah, this is our wonderful enchantment building. Um, I'm really like I said before, I'm really sorry that I didn't record me building this or anything. I started building this and then I completely forgot to even record it. Also, with everybody being in the party, the more people in the party that there are, the worse the quality seems to get. Everybody seems to lag. The audio is all weird and everything, and I just didn't want that to happen. So I've also kind of put off making these videos until I'm by myself, because it's since all of us are new to streaming and stuff, we're not very good at timing our conversations like other people are to make it so we don't interrupt each other. Um, but yeah, so I'm hoping to get more streams. If you guys want more streams, please put a comment down in the YouTube videos and tell me that you guys want more streams and like I can record more. And then if I get to the point where it's too much boring stuff, then you guys can just put another comment down in the section and be like, hey, too much boring stuff. Cut out some of that stuff. And then I can try and get. Also, if you guys have any recommendations for, like if anybody knows anything for video producing stuff, equipment, websites I could use to download my videos there and then use them to edit them. I don't really have any funds to put towards that kind of stuff, but if you guys have any like free sites that you guys use or any like cheap sites even, it'll be very helpful and I might be able to get some more actual content out to you guys. This place isn't done, I will tell you right now. Yeah. So like there's gonna be a book here. This place is gonna be filled with bookshelves and stuff. There's gonna be something back there. This place is gonna be filled with bookshelves along here and stuff as well. And then right here, I'm gonna put the enchantment table, and then there are gonna be bookshelves all around it, and then little pathways that you can get into these windows spots. And then up here, can't really remember what I'm doing up here, but I'm gonna remember that eventually, and I'll figure it out. But I think it'll look pretty good. I've got mostly, if anybody is like really active on YouTube and watches a lot of Minecraft videos, you might recognize this build. I was watching a short, or not a short, a video of somebody else, and they built this place. And so what I did is I built a similar place, but I changed some of the blocks, and I changed a few of the dimensions, and a few other things like that. Like, I made a few adaptations to it myself to make it my own building, but I did base it off of somebody else's. In that tower there was a picture online. If you search up Minecraft Japanese towers, you'll find something like this using deep slate for this part, and then blue prismarine for the borders. And that is where I took the inspiration for this building. But that place is square, and I just changed the shape of it. A lot of the builds you'll see me building aren't builds that I've thought of myself. They're a lot of just builds that another person I've seen built, and then I kind of adapted it myself to change it a little bit. A long time ago, there used to be these two YouTubers named Two Awesome Gamers. It was a YouTube channel with these two friends, and they did a Skyblock channel like 10, 11 years ago. And on that Skyblock, which was one of the first Minecraft things I ever watched, they built this thing. The stairs couldn't go upside down before, so they didn't have that, and they didn't have the overhang and stuff like that. But this is basically the building that they had, and I've used it in almost every world I've ever had since then. So, like I said, I put a lot of other people's builds in my world because I'm not very creative when it comes to designing and decorating something myself. But when it comes to being able to build something, I really like making the area look nice. So I don't think it's a bad thing that I put in a bunch of builds that I've taken inspiration from other things on. because there's a lot of builds that I have built that are my thing and my thing alone, and I design like the idea for the areas myself and places. Like this right here, this was completely my own idea. The only thing I based this off of was the game Ghost of Tsushima. At the very end of Ghost of Tsushima, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, anybody who's played Ghost of Tsushima or is playing Ghost of Tsushima and doesn't want the ending spoiled, skip ahead like 20-30 seconds now. Yeah. So, everybody gone? Okay. So, Ghost of Tsushima, at the very end, you end up fighting Lord Shimura in a ring like this. It's the same ring that you train in, the one with the big tree and the cherry blossoms. And I can't build something that looks exactly like that because it's a big tree and I'm not good at building that kind of stuff. However, I can build this and it gives a similar vibe and I really enjoy it. And I'm just not sure on what else I'm going to build. I'm going to cut down these trees and move them over there. In the distance you can kind of see the dark oak there and there. I've moved the dark oak and spruces from there over to that section so that I don't have to worry about the ground changing, and also it doesn't look as weird. You can see the tower better as well. So I'm going to cut these down and move them over, but I'm going to put something here. I'm just not sure what it's going to be yet. And then I'm going to build across here, and then I'm going to have to put another thing here. But I'm also not sure about that. And I've also thought about putting a building inside here. Like inside into the cliff side and having like a little fencing around here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put. Like, you're going to hear I'm not sure a lot. Because I have no idea what I'm going to build until I just start building it. Or until I see something that looks cool and then I get an idea from it. If we come over here, I need water to get down here. Do I have water? No, but I do have a bucket. If I had water, that would be useful. Okay, whatever. I'll just go down the cliffside like a normal person. The boring way. Yeah. If we move all the way over here, then I can show you guys the other buildings and how they look now that they have the texture pack on. I think everybody's really enjoyed how the texture pack has made their building look. The only issue some people have had, like Open was saying that they were having issues with, just like I said before, finding objects. Like when you're looking through inventory or looking through chests, you have to go through every item just to see what it is because you can't because it just looks so different. Yeah, look at this house here. Friggin' looks awesome, when you're walking down this way, and then there's like the pathway around, and the house just looks so nice. And then you replace some of this stuff with lanterns eventually, and it will just look great. She's made her little farm here, it looks, where she has her chickens, cows, pigs, and sheep and stuff. It looks like she was telling me that she was working on making pathways and stuff, and it seems like she's making kind of like rice paddies when it for water, kind of like layer and layers. I really like how this water is actually looking right now. I don't know if it'll be able to hydrate everything, but I think everything's close enough that it will be fine. So yeah, she's gonna build it over here, and then oh yeah, she started working over this way too. And then we'll eventually make it so that we'll probably train in that spot there and make it more flat, get her to go far through that way, and then oh. Okay, did that fix the static? Can you guys hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me a little bit. Sorry for the delay there. There was that massive spike of static, and I'm really sorry about that audio issue there. And I'm very quiet now. Give me one moment, guys. Okay. Whoa. Like spike there when I tried to do that again. Okay, well, hopefully it should be better now. It is still very quiet. Okay, well, I turned up my volume all the way, and this is about all I can really do to hopefully make it better. Actually, I'm gonna try out another pair of headphones if you guys can just manage with me for one more minute. Alright, hey guys. Okay, it's a bit louder because I can move this one closer to my mouth. So, we'll continue with our tour for now. Um, like I was saying, I like how she's planted most of her water. This is kind of weird. But yeah, we're gonna get her to move a lot more stuff around that way so then she can get more farmland. And then we're also gonna get her to move farther down towards the water. And uh, as you can kind of notice here, we've worked some more on the ship. We ended up building the mast. I'm not sure where I left off exactly last time, to be honest, this is different. And then we've gone through here. Oh, sorry, there's a bit of an echo because I'm watching my own stream so that I can make sure that I'm getting the audio and you guys can hear it. But yeah, so here's where our sail kind of starts. We haven't really worked on the sails yet because the ADA hasn't been online. But we're going to build them up. We're probably going to build the mast a bit taller as well. But this is like a really massive ship. It looks really nice. And especially with this texture pack, it's starting to look good. This looks like the steering wheel he made, and I'm liking it as well. Yeah, just look at the side of this thing with that texture pack. It just looks awesome. Makes so many things look just so nice. Like the sand looks like it actually has waves and stuff in it, and it's like actually been washed up. Oh yeah, so he ended up grabbing a bunch of villagers. Byron is who I mean by he. So he has these villagers who are selling stuff, and one of them was actually got us a mending book. I'm not sure exactly who it was. One of these book guys. Yeah, look at this. A mending one book. 32 emeralds in a book. And you can get an emerald for 24 paper. And since we have the sugarcane farm, it's really good. Yeah, it's awesome. Because now we have mending, so then we can eventually, once we have that enchantment building all done up, we can upgrade our pickaxes and swords and armor and stuff. And then we can get mending on all of our armor and all of that other equipment as well. So then it'll be even harder to break our stuff. We're in the progress, and well, in the process of trying to get somebody to go down mining more. I've been kind of busy because I'm trying to terrain most of this cliffside because I have to reshape it so that I can actually build more stuff on it. Once I destroy this tree, I'm thinking about building this out more and then kind of making it dip down over there instead. And then I'm also planning on building a house like over here. Well, not a house, but a building of some sort. Ah, you can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Da 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 da. Okay. Um, yeah, this is probably going to be a pretty short video because I'm pretty sure it I'm I'm sorry about the late video. I'm sorry that we didn't really record very much in the past like week. Um I'm I'm in the progress of trying to find more games so that I can record because I want to start pumping out a lot more videos. But to try and do that, I need to find more games that I can either do quickly so then I can stream them and then start a new game, or I need to get used to swapping between games and then remembering which games and what part I'm at. And also, I can't play. Like, if I start a game when streaming, especially if it's story based, I can't really play it without recording it. So it's a big issue because like with my Watch Dogs Legion game, I'm having a lot of fun with that game, but I can't play it when I'm not recording. So that's why it's taking so long to kind of get out there, just because the fact that's like I like playing it, but I'm not gonna play it a lot and over and over and over again and then record the entire time. So on this one, like I said it before, if you guys want me to record more and record like every bit and piece of the process, gathering all the materials and all that kind of stuff, then go onto my YouTube channel, leave a comment down below and tell me if you like the series, leave a like. Same with all my other show series. I have a Spider-Man series, a Watch Dogs series that I was doing, and some online stuff too. Minecraft is the only one that I'll have my voice in, so Watch Dogs and Spider-Man are completely no commentary. So if you guys are ever interested in watching some like Spider-Man or Watch Dogs Legion gameplay and just didn't want to ever listen to somebody else talking but wanted to just watch the game, you guys can have some fun doing that. Spider-Man is on New Game Plus and is like more and is on ultimate difficulty, so it's the hardest the game can be, and I had a lot of fun with that. It's fairly quick. They're well not well fairly quick I say. Um but yeah, if you guys like these videos, just like them and subscribe, leave a comment down below if you guys have any opinions for other games that I could play. Uh any of that kind of stuff. Yeah. I really hope you guys enjoy this short video of me just kind of catching you guys up to what we've done. I'm gonna probably try another video tomorrow. Uh, the reason it's so short is because it's 3 in the morning right now, and I'm really tired. We just finished playing a bunch of games, and I had some spare time, so it's like, why not catch these guys up and you know it just felt like you guys deserve to at least know that we have been playing the world. We have made some progress, and we're gonna try and start recording the world more. I'm gonna try and get some of the other people to start recording when they hop on the world, and then when they do that, then when you guys can watch it on YouTube, I'm gonna leave links to their channels down below on those videos, and then you can watch their parts and my parts, so you can get a video. Then you can get progress updates the entire way through. You can watch me do stuff, you can watch them do stuff, watch all the stuff that we've all completed and from all the different viewpoints. Also, if any of you guys know how I've seen a lot of videos about people like swapping videos, like my point of view and then somebody else's point of view. If any of you guys know how to do that, or like the kind of stuff that would go into that kind of stuff, just comment down below and please tell me. I'm very interested in that kind of stuff and I need to learn more. So if you guys have any knowledge of that or know anybody, like I said, but sorry for going on for so long, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the video, but I'm gonna hop off now and I will be back on later. Have a I hope you guys had a great time. Like I said, if you're new to the if you're new to the channel and you're watching on YouTube, like and comment down below. Subscribe if you want to. It's all up to you, man. Or all up to you guys. And then, uh, if you're watching this on Twitch, check out my YouTube channel. Check out my Instagram too. I have an Instagram set up for this account, which posts my clips that I do. So any game clip that I'm doing, like off screen when I'm not recording, any like 30-second clip that I have, I post those, and there's a lot of Elden Ring stuff up there right now. There's also some Forza and some other games like that. Sea of Thieves is there too. If you guys are interested in some Sea of Thieves, I might do some playthroughs on that if you guys are interested. But yeah, uh, I think that's all I can really think of at the moment. I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys have a great time.